Hi.
Mm.
All right.
I sign in my attendance again. Attendance.
Yes, everyone has.
Okay. Okay, miss.
Okay, this session will be on the necklace.
Okay.
And let's start with our literary devices. Hannah, was that you that had a question?
Yes, I was asking yesterday, did you take the vocab? Because one of the words I want to understand its meaning.
Yes, we're going to go over it again today. We finished it in class.
Okay.
But we're going to go over the list. 1 second. First, let's go over the literary devices, okay? I gave you the page number for you to find all the definitions. Afaruta, tell us what alliteration is.
It is a repeating of a consonant sound.
Yes, it's the repeating of consonant sounds in a group of words. It could be 2 words, 3, it could be 10, okay? Hannah, Hanny,
Yes, miss.
you have a question?
No, I wanted to answer.
Oh, okay. All right, the next one, flashback. Who can tell me what a flashback is?
Me. Me.
All right, Hannah, yeah.
Account of conservation on episode that happens in the past.
Yes, it's when you go back in time during a story, okay?
Yes.
Imagery. Bamika?
Yes, Miss Lam. Imagery consists of descriptive words and phrases that recreate scenery experiences using the 5 senses.
Exactly, okay. Let's see, irony. Sama?
Yes, Miss Lynn. 1 minute.
Okay.
Irony is a special kind of contrast between appearance and reality, usually one in which reality is the opposite of what it seems. One type of irony is situational irony, a contrast between what a reader or a character expects and what actually happens or exists. Dramatic irony, where the reader or viewer knows something that a character does not know. Verbal irony exists when someone knowingly exaggerates or says one thing and means another.
Exactly. Just make sure, everyone, that you can recognize irony in the story and be able to give examples of each kind. There are 3 different kinds, she just told us, okay? Personification. Who can tell me what personification is? Mahi?
Given objects and stuff like that, characteristics of a human.
It's when you give human characteristics to a non-human being or thing. Everyone understands? Like the wind howled. The wind cannot howl. Okay, does everyone understand personification? Hannah, yes, sir?
No, I only wanted to answer.
Okay, give us the answer. Give us your answer. Give us your answer.
To parallelism?
No, to personification.
Oh, I had the same answer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like when you ask the personification, I only raised my hand to answer before Mehi.
Okay, can you answer parallelism?
Yes, it's the use of similar grammatical constructions to express ideas.
Yes. For example, a while ago, Alfred gave us examples of alliteration. It's when words have the same consonant sounds, okay? Parallelism is when you have the usage of the same words, basically. No money, no food, no clothing. That's an example of parallelism, okay? Allusion, Bhumika,
Yes, Miss Lynn.
what's the definition of allusion?
An indirect reference to a particular person or event or literary work.
Yes. Does everyone understand allusion? All right, let's look at the vocab words. You can't miss them, it's all in red. All right, who had a question about vocab? Hannah? Hannah Hanny?
Hey, Miss Salma.
Oh, okay. What is it, baby?
I just wanted to understand the meaning of compromise.
Oh, compromised, okay. It's a noun and it's an agreement in which both sides make concessions. For example, Selma, you and I are having a big disagreement because you did not do your homework, okay? So you say, all right, Miss Lynn, if you will give me an extra day, I'll turn in my homework. And I then say, okay, Selma, but I have to deduct 5 points. This means we both came to an agreement, but we both made concessions. You understand? You
Yes,
agreed,
Miss, I understood it.
Yes, Miss.
you agreed to do it within an extra day, and I said I would have to take 5 points off. But you agreed to it because at least you didn't lose all of your points. So we've compromised. Any other words that anyone needs to know?
Yes, Miss Lynn.
Okay.
Number 9, SQ.
SQ.
Number 9, SQ.
Let's pretend that you have a hat on and your hat is crooked on your head. It's all to one side. You would have an askewed hat on your head. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
Miss, what does instinctive mean?
Instinctive means when you automatically do something, Bhumika, you don't have to think about it. Like every day, we automatically eat food. No one has to tell us to eat. It's just an instinct that is within all of us. The same thing, sleep. You may go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, but sooner or later, you have to go to sleep. You understand what I'm saying? It's just something we instinctively do.
Yeah.
Okay? No one has to tell us this. All right, what else? Any other words?
Number 8,
8,
privation.
privation. Okay, privation is the lack of comforts in life, the lack of basic necessities. Maybe you don't have enough food to eat, or you don't have enough money to go buy food. You don't have enough money to pay your electric bill. You understand?
Yes.
Yes, you lack the basic necessities for life. Any other words?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Number 14, Salma told me. Number
Example.
14.
Okay. If you go shopping, let's say you go shopping for a new pair of shoes. And when you go to the shoe store, there's nothing special about these shoes. It's not a big name brand shoe, okay? It's just a pair of brown flats. And you try them on, you like them, you go to the counter to pay for them, and the man tells you they're 2,000 pounds. You're probably going to say, oh my gosh, what an exorbitant price. Why? You understand? Because it's going way beyond what is fair to pay for those shoes. It's just an unreasonable price, way too expensive. And this also can apply to more than things with money. You can use exorbitant and other things too. Okay, does everyone
Thank you, Miss
understand
Lynn.
14?
Yes.
Okay. Any other words? Does everyone understand number 7, gamut? An entire range or series?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
Adulation, number 5. Excessive praise or flattery. If I keep saying, oh my gosh, you're so handsome, you're so beautiful, you're so smart, you're so talented, I'm just pouring adulation on you, okay? What about number 3, vexation? It's when you really irritate someone or annoy them, you really get on their last nerve. All right, anything else on vocab? Make sure you know how to use them in a sentence. All right, let's see, what else do we
Miss
have?
Lynn, I have a question.
Okay,
I was going to ask you when are the sheets of the necklace due?
wait, I'll tell everybody. 1 second.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Miss, can you please explain number 7?
number 7 on the vocab.
Yes.
Gamut, yes. Let's say that you're a gamer and the game that you love has 5 different parts to it, okay? You love this game so much that you stayed up 24 hours straight. Why? You wanted to complete the entire gamut of that game, the entire range or series. You understand?
Yes.
If anyone doesn't understand, just say so. Okay? Anything else on the vocab?
No, very good.
Let's go to comprehension. All right. The necklace takes place in Paris in the second half of the 19th century. We know that the life of a typical French woman was dictated by the income of her father or her husband. Wealthy women were upper class and they lived a life of luxury. Middle class women took care of their family in the home. And of course, the lower class women, they lived in a life of poverty and hard work. The only way a woman could improve her status was by marrying someone of a higher class. But even then, she had to provide a dowry, which is money or property, to give to her new husband, okay? So you had to answer the questions. Let's look at part 1. Are there any questions here that you could not find the answer to? Raise your hands if there are. Is there anyone that doesn't understand what happened in the story? All right. Why did Madame Loisel allow herself to marry her husband, who was a clerk in the office of the Board of Education? You had to use direct evidence from the book to support your answer, okay? Also, why did Madame Loisel suffer? It gave you 2 reasons why she suffered. What kind of life did she desire?
Miss, I don't understand this.
Which one?
Number 3.
Number 3, there are 2 reasons in the story. I think it's in the very beginning of why she suffered. Actually, I just gave you the answers in the opening paragraph that I just read. Was she a wealthy woman?
No.
No.
Right.
No.
Was she middle class? Stop and think.
What is the question again?
In the beginning, was she a middle class woman?
Yes.
Yes, she was. Okay. During this time, the only way a woman could improve her status was by marrying someone of a higher class.
Who
Okay.
is rich? Yeah.
We know what was the two reasons that she suffered in the story. Who can tell me?
I know.
Okay, tell us.
She suffered because her husband wasn't in a very high class because he worked as a clerk in the Ministry of Education.
Right. He could not marry anyone of a higher class because number one, she did not come from a high class family. And two,
And her family couldn't afford any dowry.
Exactly.
Dowry.
She had no dowry, no hopes, no means of becoming known, appreciated, loved, and married by a man that was either rich or distinguished. It tells you that right on page 1. Okay? She suffered because she thought she deserved a better life. She suffered incessantly, it tells you those exact words, because she felt she was born for all the delicacies and luxuries of life. She lived in poor conditions. You remember she suffered from poverty of her apartment, the shabby walls, the worn chairs, and it goes on and on. That's also on page 1. What kind of life, Ritaj, did she desire? What does the book tell you? What does the book tell you the kind of life she desired? Did you read the story?
Miss luxurious life.
Luxurious, rich, high-class life.
Wait, Adam, I'm talking to Ritaj.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Miss.
What, Miss? I'm with you. Yes, Miss, I'm with you.
Okay. What kind of life did she desire?
She lived in luxury.
She lived in luxury?
Yes, and she was rich.
No. She was not rich.
No, she wanted to be in luxury and rich.
Right. And what was some of the evidence from the story that supports your answer? How do you know this? What did she wish for?
Miss, can you say again the question? I'm so sorry.
Yes, what in the story, how do you know she wanted a rich life? What are some of the things that she wished for in the story?
She dreamed about another man who is rich.
Okay.
So like that, she wanted, she dreamed to be like, she wanted to be in luxury and rich. She wanted to, because she dreamed about another man who is rich.
Farah Hisham, help her. Farah, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Lynn.
Okay, help Ritaj know, how do you know that she desired a rich life? What did it tell us she wanted? What were some of the things?
She took the necklace from Mrs.
In the beginning of the story.
Yes.
When we learn what kind of person she is and what kind of life that she thought she deserved.
Yes.
What were some of the things that she wanted?
She wanted good food and she wanted good food, and she wanted to live a lifestyle like rich people. Also, she dreamed of a good house.
Okay. Hannah Hanny, what can you tell us? Adam, what can you tell us?
What is the question again?
Oh my God. What are some of the things that she dreamed of, that she wanted for a rich life?
Yeah, she dreamed, for example, she dreamed of dinner parties with very expensive plates and silverware.
Okay.
Everyone was smiling and very happy, and she would have dancing parties, expensive clothes, etc.
All right, Sama, what are some of the things you can add?
She would dream of delicious dishes served on wonderful china. Um, and uh, gleaming silverware of tapestries, making the walls alive with characters out of history and strange birds in a fairyland forest.
Right. Okay. She dreamed.
Silent chambers.
There were many, many things that she dreams of that she wants because she thinks she deserves it. Students, make sure you go back and read. There's so much imagery in this story, and I'm going to ask you a lot of it. So I'm giving you a warning before the quiz. All right, what's the, where did Madame Loisel and her husband get invited to? Hannah Hanny?
To a reception.
Okay, where?
Just 1 second, please.
Who knows the answer right off the bat?
Miss, can I answer?
Yes.
They were invited by the Ministry of Education to a party
Exactly. They were
that not many people are invited to, but he got the invitation from Hardway.
correct. They were invited to a ball that the Ministry of Education was giving, okay? Not many people were able to get an invitation, but her husband was lucky enough to get one. How does she react when she opened the invitation? I'm going to ask you to give me evidence from the story, not your answer that you want to give. So start looking up what it says exactly. Farah Malum.
She was angry and irritated and threw the invitation on the table angrily.
Okay, instead of being delighted as he had hoped she would be, she threw the invitation spitefully upon the table, okay? What sacrifice did Madame Loisel's husband make to make her happy? Hannah Hanny?
He helped her to give her money to buy the dress.
Where did this money come from?
He was making those money to buy a rifle for him.
Yes, he had saved up how much, Hannah? How much, Bamika?
400 francs.
Yes, he has saved 400 francs because to buy a gun, because he planned to go hunting. What did he plan to hunt, Bamika? Do you remember?
Yes, I know.
Okay, what is it, Hannah?
Larks.
Yes, he planned to go lark hunting with a group of his friends. So he had saved up 400 francs to buy a gun to do this, okay? why did Madame Loisel borrow the diamond necklace from her friend in the first place? Krish, why did she borrow the diamond necklace from her friend? What made her borrow this? Mahi, do you remember?
Miss, can I answer?
Yes, who is this? Krish?
Krish.
Okay, Krish.
She borrowed the diamond necklace.
Why did she borrow the diamond necklace, Krish?
She wanted to the she can go to the party to wear necklace with.
Bamika, help.
Yes, Miss Lynn. She borrowed the necklace from her friend because they could not afford a diamond necklace since it is really expensive, and she didn't want to go to the ball without wearing a necklace. So her husband suggested that you are close with your friend. Why don't you borrow a necklace from her?
Okay. She did not have any jewelry to wear to the ball. She did not want to look so poor without any jewels. She said, I am vexed not to have a jewel, not one stone, nothing to adorn myself with. There is nothing more humiliating than to have a shabby air in the midst of rich women. That's the answer I would expect is in your book, right? How did she react, Mahi, when she first saw the diamond necklace?
I wanted to add a part on the question before.
Okay.
She also said it's embarrassing not to have a jewel or a gem, nothing to wear on my dress. I look like a pauper. I'd almost rather not go to the party.
Exactly. She said, you know, she'd almost rather not go to the party if she didn't have some type of jewel to wear. All right. Do you remember, Mahi, how she felt when she went to Madame Forestier and she first saw the diamond necklace? Remember, I told you in class there were two feelings she had. Adham, do you know?
Two feelings when she saw the necklace?
Yes.
She was very happy and she liked the necklace very much.
Okay.
And she took it, but when she lost it, she was very sad and in despair.
No, not when she lost it, when she saw
it. She was very happy.
Selma, what else?
Her pulse beat faster and her hand trembled, and she took it up and she hugged her friend and thanked her as she was very happy.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you remember, well, you weren't in the class, I don't think, but the ones that were in the class, you should remember this. She felt, yes, very happy when she first looked at that diamond necklace. However, she was also nervous and had anxiety. Why? Why?
Because she has never held a diamond necklace before.
No.
Miss, I know.
Tell me.
Because she was afraid that Madame Forestier would not allow her to take the diamond necklace as it appeared very expensive.
Thank you, Hannah. She
You're
was
welcome,
afraid after she saw this necklace, there was no way her friend would let her wear this diamond necklace. I told you in class, she had two feelings. One was joy and happiness, and the other one was anxiety because she was nervous that she wouldn't let her wear the necklace. All right. Why was she such a great success at the ball, Mihad?
1 minute. Because she was a sensation and she was the prettiest one there.
Yes.
And all the men looked at her, and she was begged to be introduced.
Right. She was.
And all the cabinet officials wanted to waltz with her.
Exactly. She was the prettiest woman at the ball. All the men noticed her. They all wanted to waltz with her, okay? Even the Minister of Education paid attention to her. All right, why does Madame Loisel feel the need to hurry on her way out of the ball, Debelina? Debelina, unmute yourself, please. Debelina? Can you hear me, Debelina? Yusuf Afila, why did she want to hurry up and leave the ball when it was time to go?
Because her husband had to work at 10 o'clock.
No. Who can tell me?
Me.
I know.
Me.
Okay, go ahead. Who's me?
Hannah Haney.
Okay.
Okay. She wanted to hurry because the necklace had lost.
No, yeah. Selma.
My answer was what Hafila said. I wrote because because her husband wanted to go home early because he has work in the morning. That's what I wrote.
Who else?
Miss Lynn, could you repeat the question?
Yes.
I know the answer.
Why does
I know.
Madame?
Miss, I know.
I know too.
I know the answer.
Me.
Why does Madame Loisel feel the need to hurry on her way out of the ball?
I know.
I know the answer.
Also me.
Hannah Yasser, can you answer?
Yes. She wanted to hurry because she and her husband had to settle for only what they had because a coat for a coat of their daily everyday life, because and all the others were wearing
Yes, all the
expensive first, so she wanted to because
all the women there were wearing fur wraps, very expensive. And she just had an old modest wrap that she wore for every day because she was a lower class. They could not afford a fur wrap. And besides that, they had already spent all the money on a new dress for her, okay? So she wanted to hurry up and get out of the ball because she did not want the other ones to see her with the modest wrap on, okay? What happens next, Hannah? Hannah Yasser.
Yes, Miss Lynn.
What happened next after they get out?
After they got out,
They left the ball.
after she noticed that her diamond necklace was lost. Wasn't there. They searched
the necklace was missing. Okay.
Yes.
Why, Mahi? Why did Madame Loisel and her husband tell Madame Forestier that the clasp on the necklace broke and needed to be repaired?
Because they wanted more time so they could find a replica to the one they lost.
Exactly. They at this point in time, they wanted more time to look for the lost necklace. Okay. What measures does Madame Loisel and her husband take to replace the diamond necklace? Bamika.
Yes, Miss Lynn. They need 36,000 francs, and Monsieur Loisel had 18,000 francs from his heritage, so the rest he had to borrow them from other people.
Right. First, they went to the jeweler that they thought had made the diamond necklace to get another one. But then he informed them that he did not make that necklace. He only supplied the box, okay? So then they had to start borrowing money. But before they did that, they put ads in newspapers. They checked with the cab companies or the carriage companies. I think they said cab. Okay, what else? Farah Malab, can you add anything?
Yeah. Yeah, they hunted for a similar necklace. Then they found one for 40,000 francs, and the seller agreed to give it to them for 36,000. And they already had 18,000 francs from Mr. Loisel's inheritance, and they borrowed the rest.
Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Are you sure about the amount from the inheritance?
18,000.
Okay, just make sure. I thought it was a different number. I could be wrong. All right. So those of you students that were not in class, I think you realize now that you have to go back and read this story and read it word for word. And there is some math that you have to do. Okay. This is not just a little story that you read and close it up and that's it. All right.
Lynn, I have a question.
Yes.
Miss Lynn, since the session is going to end, can you please tell us when is the necklace